Alright guys, now today we are building this computer and we have this girl who's gonna try to build it without breaking anything. So let's get straight into it. The parts are as follow. We have an RTX 3070 Ti, this is the box. Then we have a 360 watercooler, pretty high-end one, and you might be wondering why do we have that, because we have an i7 10700K overclockable, which we bought used, coupled with 32 gigs of RAM. This RAM, never seen it before. Then we have a 1TB SSD, your average Corsair 80 plus gold power supply, and this Cooler Master, can't remember the name, TV500 or something, mesh case. So let's get straight into it. Okay, now here we are. As you can see, she's very anxious because she's gonna break something. Now, it's time to install the RAM. Now, this is the RAM, okay? While she's unboxing. The fun part is we're Italians, right? So like, I'm telling her how to do it in English, so it's even harder. Basically, okay, let's let her time. Let me see this RAM. Okay, you have to put it on this one, the second one, and the fourth one. And you just slot it in. You have to remove the plastic cover. Perfect. Now, it has a direction. It's the other way around, like this. Okay, just press it very hard from the side. Oh, that was actually quite nice. The first time I did it worse than that. Pretty impressive. Let's see if you can find it by yourself, the right side. Okay, that's good. Okay, now she has to install the NVMe SSD, which is this Samsung 980 Pro. It's under this cover, so you have to remove this screw and this screw. And like the fun part is gonna be letting her use this thing. Okay, basically, you have to make sure that it's in the right sense. We are failing so far. Okay, you can use this one if you want to. Okay, one is gone. Second one is gone. Okay, pull it out. Now here is where you put your SSD. First you have to take out this screw, because you will need it later to block it. Okay, now slap it in there, in here. Press it inside harder. And now just put the screw there. It's actually quite nice. I was expecting it to be more difficult. I should tell her less what to do. Like, she's pretty good at it. Now you have to put the cover back on. Fairly easy. But yeah, anyway, she's gonna close this up and then we're gonna come back. Okay, now without further ado, let's actually slap the motherboard inside the case. And sorry for the screws, but we had a bit of a problem because this was like an unused case, so we did not quite have all the screws. Lift it up, because if you scratch the motherboard's back, you can do damage. Yeah, it's perfect. You can see the screw holes are aligned. Basically, the guy who sold me the case did not give me the screws, which is fine because I have some, but like we had to trial and error them to get the right one. And it's just a matter of screwing all 9 of them in. Okay, nice. Now we've done everything that we had to in terms of mounting the motherboard, and now I think we will go ahead and just plug in the power supply, or first plug in the cooler, and we will look at it and come back. Okay, now I've already mounted this guy because it was kind of a pain. Basically, we had to remove the original fans, put those fans in, and then we are going to use those fans up here, but we're probably going to have some problems with the LEDs, so we did that off camera. But now back onto it. Now it's time to actually install the cooler on the CPU. Now let's peel it off. Remember to do it. If you don't, you're going to overheat everything. And then we're going to actually apply the paste. Now I basically haven't told her anything about applying the paste, and it's the first time she does it. Okay. Yeah, that's more than enough. Okay, perfect. Just the residual one, just spread it here. Okay, wait. Okay, back onto it. Let's slap the cooler on top. Beware of the cables. Now it's perfect. Whoa, pretty nice one, I have to say. All good so far. We will cut this part, but basically she's done it properly. Okay, time to actually mount the PSU. Okay, now she's dealing with the hardest part, which is plugging the 8-pin CPU cable. I don't even know how to show you what she's doing, but it's not easy. Oh, she got it! You see, having small hands, it's always a pain for me to do it. And now this motherboard has an 8+4, so she has to plug the 4-pin too, right there, which is not easy at all. I would use the other one. Honestly. And this clip has to be towards the upside. Okay.
Like this?
Yes, that's the proper way. She's got it, guys. High five it. That's really good. Now we're going in with the 24 pin. But I mean, she's done the CPU one, so this one should be fairly easy. Even though she has to press the clip. Perfect. Good one. Jesus, she's getting good at it. Okay, now here we are to mount the GPU. Let's install it. Lift it. Okay. Okay, press it down a bit. Have to align it properly. Close to $1,000 GPUs, guys. I hope she doesn't break it, but it's very difficult to break it, so. Yes, press it down. Oh, she's done it. That's good. Now you have to screw it in. Wait. You have to screw it in. There are 2 screw holes. As tight as you can. The build is starting to actually come out. It's looking kinda nice, I have to say. We will have some problems to turn on those LEDs. I already know it, but we will do our best to do it. Here we are with the overclocking guide. Now, first thing you want to do is enable the XMP of your RAM. Now, once you've done that, you want to unlock the voltage and power limit. Once you've done this, you want to remove everything that says spread spectrum. Then on your VRAM settings, which is like the load line calibration thing, now you want to set something which is in the middle, but towards the minimum VDROOP. So you want to use 5. You want to set your CPU core ratio, sync by all core, and then we want to get a 5 GHz overclock, so just hit 50. CPU cache, now this is very important. Minimum cache ratio, you want to set this to 46, and then maximum on 47. Now go here and set CPU core cache voltage on manual. You want to go on the CPU core voltage override and just hit 1.35. Now go down here, VCC IO. If you don't have it, don't set it. If you have it, set 1.2. And this is your overclock. We have an undervolting tutorial for this RTX 3070 Ti. Here we go. Press Ctrl F on the keyboard to open the curve editor. You will go on the core clock and set -200. Okay, do it. Now, once you've done it, you want to go to the 900 point. Grab it and bring it up until on the left it says 1900 flat. Now, you want to go on the memory clock and give it +1000, okay? So now the profile is done. Just save it. And that's it. Alright guys, now she's gone, so I will shoot the conclusion by myself, but basically the PC is built. Even though this is not the best placement, take a look at it. It came out pretty well. Let me know if you like it. I still have this one to peel, but I will leave it for my friend to peel. Maybe we'll ask him to record when he gets it. But anyway, that RAM, which was very cheap, looks great. It's a Kim Tigo RAM. I can definitely recommend it for the looks. The performance was alright, 4600 MHz as advertised. And also all the fans are Aura Sync compatible, which was good. We had to swap out the radiator fans and like put those ones in because the case fans were actually broken because I bought the PC used. Stuff that happens when you buy it used. And then I put one of the fans which was on the front on the back, but again it's not like the LEDs are not working, so that's like that. And yes, now let's get into the interesting stuff. I've done some overclocking, okay, and those are the scores. The PC is obviously very powerful. We have close to 40k in graphics, and this is like a conservative overclock. This is not an overclock for benchmarks. This is what my friend will be running day in and day out. And now I had hardware monitor open during the whole run, and as you can see the max temp was 69 degrees on the CPU, on the hottest core. The VRM temps are very, as you can see, 41. They're very good. And then regarding the GPU, 69 degrees here too, and the hotspot was 81, which again is great. 76 on the memory. This GDDR6X runs hot, and all of that is that with the PC being extremely quiet. Now I will just bring you close, but basically at idle you can't hear it. And that's something which for me is very important. I don't want a louder computer. Now, what kind of overclock did we get? Well, this is our profile for MSI Afterburner. We have a nice curve. I will show it to you, but I will make a video. And then I set the CPU to basically 5 GHz on all core with one offset on the AVX because I didn't want to, again, I wanted something which was extremely stable for my friend, and we have a 1.345 volt on the CPU. All of that with 4.6 gigahertz Anchor and 32 gigs of RAM set at 3600 MHz in dual channel. So again, overall, extremely high performance computer. I'm very happy with it, and I think he will as well. Let me know what you think about it, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye.